Hi folks, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have had a bit of a change around in my setup, so I hope I'm coming through loud and clear, but not too loud of course that I'm blasting your ears off or anything of that nature. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. There have been some changes for those of you that have been watching the stream recently. First of all, because of the expansion coming out in, well, just a couple of weeks now in fact, I thought we'd best start making progress towards the actual level cap so we can actually get into that content when the expansion is indeed released. So what I've gone ahead and done is boosted the character to level 60. The current level cap is level 70 and that'll allow us to start the main scenario quest pretty much from the current expansion, which is Stormbringers, something along those lines anyway. But that'll start us at the beginning of this expansion, and then if we can get through this level 70, then when the next expansion comes out, which is Shadowbringers, then that's going to allow us to get straight into the action. At least that's the plan so far. So I've literally only just done that today, got this character boosted. I've tried to get a basic rotation going here. I'm currently playing as the, let me just show you here, the Dragoon class. Okay, so as you can see, I'm a level 60 Dragoon. We can switch back at any time if we want to. We can play our Archer, which is still at level 27. So this is why I was saying you don't necessarily need to play multiple characters, Quintin, in Final Fantasy XIV, because you can switch between the jobs on the fly and it saves all your levels, your gear, your skills and everything if you do so. So one character is pretty much all you need. You don't really need ults. Although, of course, some people do like to play as ults, such as Rhalgr, for example, has mentioned. So, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is quite fun, actually, Jamie. I'm similar to you. I've been playing World of Warcraft since vanilla. It's pretty much the only MMO I've invested a heck of a lot of time into. I have dabbled in some of the others over the years, but none, of course, really compared to WoW. Although Final Fantasy XIV is something I've been getting into over the last month or so, and I've certainly played it more than any other MMO now except World of Warcraft. So I would actually recommend it, especially to Final Fantasy fans. Something I've also collected is a Chocobo. I can actually ride mounts now that I've boosted this character. And it's awesome because the Chocobo music plays once you mount up, which is always a good thing. Need a bit of Chocobo music, don't you? Yeah, well, I've only started playing Final Fantasy XIV about a month or so ago. So it's not so much resubbing for me, it's more subbing for the first time. Although I did play the beta a long time ago, but that was when it was before A Realm Reborn, the original Final Fantasy XIV. And like a lot of people, I didn't really get into it then. But I have come back recently, and as I said, I've been playing quite a bit, and I have had quite a lot of fun with it. So looking forward to getting into the Stormblood expansion now, which will be a first time for me. I've skipped Heavenswood completely, so I will have to get to that at some point, no doubt. But for now, I've completely skipped it. And let's just see what other mounts we've got here. If we go to the Character tab Mount Guide, we've got a Black Chocobo, a Magic Tech Armour, a Mana Cutter, and a Midgard Sorma, which is like a dragony thing. So I like the sound of the Magitech Armour. Final Fantasy 15-ish or Final Fantasy 6-ish. Awesome. I love the mounts in Final Fantasy 14. Although up until this point I've only been able to see them when other players have gone whizzing past me whilst riding them. You get some Terra's theme from Final Fantasy 6. That's cool. I'm not sure. Can you guys hear the music okay? I'll turn it up a little bit. Yeah, is Dark Knight the new class for Shadowbringers, I think? GG, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's Dark Knight, because what's Red Mage and Samurai? That's for this expansion, is it, that I've just started playing? Stormblood. Though I don't yet have access to them either. Anyway, let's make a start on the quest, shall we? Beyond the Great Wall. Yeah, I've not done anything in Final Fantasy XIV in terms of tanking or healing myself. I've only actually been DPSing. I have done a few dungeons. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks for confirming the music volume. So yeah, I've done a few dungeons, and they seem a lot of fun actually. But yeah, I was too nervous to tank since I didn't actually have a clue where we were going or anything. Yeah, welcome by the way, Requimis. Thanks for joining the stream. Okay, so I've come to the right place. We just need to head down to the southeastern area here. Ah, Gunbreaker, that's the Shadowbringers one. You always get a new class though, don't you? When they release a new expansion or a new job, I should say. What is the mount speed? I know in WoW it's 100% if you have the fastest mount. I mean, this feels something similar. Oops, went past the quest because I was chatting to you guys. Oh yeah, Akmel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Just playing Final Fantasy XIV since I started to get into it lately. For the first time, really. So I got a character boosted. Ready to make my way through the Stormblood expansion and hopefully be prepared for the latest expansion, which is coming out in just a couple of weeks now. So it's pretty awesome to see another MMO becoming successful. Perhaps not as successful as World of Warcraft, but still awesome that that isn't the only thing dominating the market. Ah, gotcha! Antipex, brilliant. Yeah, Rayman was a fun game, wasn't it? Or fun games, actually. I think I played Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends on my YouTube channel. So. Is this like an introductory cinematic?
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions.
Yeah, I think it's been out about 2014. A Realm Reborn was re-released. But before that, there was an original version of Final Fantasy XIV, which wasn't very successful.
Land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other.
Oh, I don't think it's ever going to reach WoW levels, Mystery Cookie.
Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning.
I think WoW definitely is always going to be the #1 paid for subscription-based MMO. I think it's too late for anything to take that over. Stormblood. So the general idea, I believe, is to just make our way through the main scenario quests here. Right, are we in... Is this one of the new areas, is it, for Stormblood? Gia Abania. I'm suspecting that it is. Yeah, I still play World of Warcraft quite regularly in my off time. In particular, there's a new patch coming out next week, in fact, so I'll certainly be checking that one out. Hi Jake, you can purchase a boost off the website, the official website. I think it was like £12, and it completes the main scenario quest. up to the end of Heaven's Blood expansion, so you can get straight into Stormblood. It's usually a lot more expensive, but it's on offer at the moment, I guess because they want people buying them ready for the latest expansion that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. Have you played Final Fantasy XIV a lot then, have you, Cookie? I should probably be reading this actually, I wasn't really paying attention to it, I just realised chatting to you guys. Yeah, what I did this morning was spend about 15-20 minutes just going through a bit of a rotation for the Dragoon class. Apparently I've picked a bit of a complicated one, which I'm probably already going to be regretting, since this job's all about combos and stuff. Sure, Roger. I'll be able to tell you in a second after this cutscene. Although it's going to be in Europe, it's a European data centre. Oh, look at all that lovely experience. Oh, nice, Cookie. Well, I'm past Heavenswood, Chi-Ji, even though I've never played a single quest from it. That's my server. Roger. Spriggan. You can actually transfer to Spriggan, by the way, if you're in Europe, for free at the moment, just as a heads up. Okay, so if you guys play this game and you're... In fact, I think you might be able to transfer even to other data centres across the world, I'm not sure. But if you can transfer to Spriggan, you can do so without paying. Normally it's about £12, or whatever the equivalent of that is in your own currency. But right now, I'm guessing for the next few days, because this is a new server, it's completely free of charge if you want to transfer over here. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII's got to be my favourite, if I'm being honest with you. Definitely. Yeah, good guess. It was the first Final Fantasy that I ever played. Yeah, you can see it up here, Roger. I'm not sure if you can read it on whatever device you're watching this stream on. But Spriggan, S-P-R-I-G-G-A-N. But it's just up there, look. The name of the server. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII was the first Final Fantasy I ever played. And, oh crud, I'm supposed to be following somebody and I wasn't really paying attention then. Did they go out here, or did they go somewhere else? Who am I following? Let's see if I can abandon this quest and this time pay attention to it. Actually, I don't even know how you abandon quests. Guess you can't. I have no idea where this person went. Oh, we can see the map location now. Yeah, you can get this game on Steam, but just as a heads up, to be careful, Akmal, because whatever system you purchase it on, whether Steam or whether the Square Enix store, be warned that you have to make sure you purchase any future expansions on the same platform as well. Otherwise, they're not going to work for you. You're not going to be able to connect them. It's a bit annoying how it all works in that way, because ultimately I think you are connecting to a Square Enix account regardless, but each platform is seen as a separate platform. Ah, fantastic, Roger. Yeah, how you doing, Toonami? Yeah, no serious plans on my side of things, to be honest with you. We've just got the car back from the garage after it had to go in for its annual MOT and service. So I'm skint now after that. They just turned invisible, didn't they? Right, should we practice our new rotation? Ooh, this guy's got a lot of health. So I might run through this with you guys in a second to explain how this works. But let's just try and kill this fella. Oh, there we go. So I've set it up. I cast Blood of the Dragon in order to begin the rotation, which is this bar up here. It has a 15-second timer on it, then it disappears, and we need that active for everything else, or a lot of the other combo pieces to work. But some of these other combo pieces extend the time. So even though it has a 30-second recast timer and only a 15-second activation timer, we should be able to keep it up the whole time. And then I'll just go through these individually in order to complete my first combo, and then move to the top row to go through my second combo, and then rinse and repeat. At least that seems to be the plan at the moment, and it is working. Let's go ahead and mount up on our lovely new mount. So what's the name of this world that Stormblood brings us into then? Does it say anywhere? Thanks for subscribing. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it looks like we're on the move here. Is this Lacey, or whatever her name is? Is she a red mage, judging by the costume? Which I believe is one of the new classes. Got that kind of look to her. 100,000 subs? Well, I wouldn't say no to that, Requimis. Oh, I really appreciate the encouragement there, thank you. I won't expect anything, I never have done. But that'd be pretty awesome. Oh, I like these alligators. I mean, they look like I want to stay well away from them. Right, and once again, we're following Slice. So we'll mount up. Hey, look at that, we're already levelling. Just check where we're going. Where's the actual quest icon? Oh, quite a mission away. This is the first time I think I've had to actually explore a map that has Fog of War. Normally they're usually being complete up until this stage. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Oh yeah, Alex. Yeah, definitely. I'm playing it early. To be honest, I haven't even completed Breath of the Wild. I think I played it for about 15 hours. So I'm not exactly a Zelda expert by any stretch of the imagination. Which one was that, Cookie? Was that about Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, was it? Right, let's go ahead and... yeah, another cutscene. Looks like we're getting close to wherever it is we're supposed to be getting to. Oh, that's a shame, Roger. Is that because it's in a different region? Yeah, what do you think about that, Cookie? Now that we've actually had bit of a look at the remaster. Not a huge look, they haven't showed us much yet, but I think it looks pretty decent. Well, one of the good things about it, Siege Knight, is the fact that you can play up to level 20 completely free. You haven't even got to buy the game, let alone a sub, and it is quite a bit of content, so you'll definitely, by that point, have decided whether you want to spend any money on it or not. And it's the best way to really figure out if it's going to be worth it for you, because, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with Final Fantasy XIV, and I'll tell you that I'm having a lot of fun with it, but at the end of the day, you getting to play it yourself is probably the best way to discover if you're going to enjoy it or not. So that'd be my recommendation. Very true, Requimis, about, you know, not knowing what the future holds. Not that I'm humble. It wouldn't be particularly humble to say, yeah, it's true, I'm humble. I'll leave that for others to decide. But yeah, no, I really do appreciate your encouragement, so thank you. Right, I guess we are, yep, going over here to Rhalgr's Reach. I've heard the main scenario quest for Stormblood is huge, but then again, the main scenario quest for A Realm Reborn was pretty darn big.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth.
Oh, that sounds good,
with a single
Toonami.
blow.
What does MLB stand for?
Rhalgr's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for
But
the
2
resistance,
tickets can't be bad.
for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed, Mystery
They were
Cookie,
waiting for us
is
there.
the hair on the
Men
characters
and
is
women
definitely
whose souls
different
still cried out
to
for
what
was
fans have
lost,
done with various
for
mods
what
and
could be
stuff.
ours again.
So it's possible they have done a little bit more than just upscaling the original models. But I'm looking forward to seeing more about it over the coming months. Ah, gotcha, Requimis. We don't really have baseball in the UK. So, I'll be honest. I used to play rounders at school a long time ago, which is kind of like little boys baseball. But I'm not really well versed on the sport, unfortunately. Oh, that's pretty epic quest handing music. Oh, this dude looks like he means business. I love the way NPCs just disappear once they're going somewhere. It's like they're too cool to walk. Us, on the other hand, there's no shortcuts, unfortunately. I'm guessing this place is a city, isn't it? Or a town or something. It's kind of got that design to the map. Rhalgr's Reach. Yeah, it must be because it's got an Ethernet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go and attune myself to it before we do anything else. That pretty much needs to be the first port of call for any new city. Hiya, Wes. Welcome to the stream, mate. How's it going? You feeling a bit better? And how's things with your mum at the moment? Right, that's that attuned. Ah, there's other Aethernets over here as well. I'll check if they're active. No, we need to go and activate them and all. So we'll mount up on our super duper magic tech mount. I've no idea why I've even got this. Let's go ahead and swap it actually. I love the design of this armour, don't get me wrong, but one of the downsides I've always had in MMOs with mounts, in particular I've got this in WoW also, is the fact that bigger mounts just feel slower. I'm not sure what it is, but they always have done to me. So I tend to avoid them. So we'll attune ourselves to the shards around the place. And then I think we'll head over to the main scenario quest. Have you still had to go to work, have you, Wes? And push through that? Or have you been able to get some time off? It's quite a small city, this one, by the looks of things. Well, that's positive then, Wes. Good to hear. You can actually get a behemoth mount, can you, Roger? Oh, that sounds crazy. Right, hello, Conrad.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Rhalgr's Reach, our humble headquarters.
Yeah, that's
My name
like
is Conrad Kemp, and
one
I
of the
have
worst
dubious
mini games,
honour of
isn't it, in
overseeing
Final
operations.
Fantasy X?
It is a pleasure to meet you,
Or was
Master
it
Kemp.
13?
I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions
10.
of the Seventh
It's 10,
Dawn,
isn't it?
as are my comrades. Before
Oops. Sorry, dude. Cut you off mid-speech there.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Ah, don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us.
I
To give
haven't
us a
yet,
chance
actually,
to make
Wes.
a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive
What?
the
Well,
Guardians
might have done.
from
What
our
message
lands.
was it?
But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall.
I can have a look
Good
now,
men
actually.
and women who never came back.
Sorry, I know it'll disrupt the stream a little
When
bit.
Monargo told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices
Was it in general
of them for
chat,
his
was it?
twisted ritual. By Rhalgr,
I'll check it
filled me with
later.
an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
Hi, Belinda.
that is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a
Yeah, it's a
formal
new
offer of military
Discord
assistance
server
to the
set up,
Alamican
Roger, a
resistance.
few days ago. You're welcome to join it. Everybody is.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
I'll go and find the link if I can for it. One moment. While we're going through this cutscene. Ah, well, the cutscene's finished. Or is it? Dum dum
So
dum.
that's the way of it, eh?
Nope.
The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you
Right, I
please.
believe that's it.
Of course, Master Camp. Take all the time you require.
Well, we're absolutely slaughtering these quests so far and haven't had to kill a single thing yet. Look. Already gained all this experience. Crazy. Oh, looks like we get to choose some gear for this one. Yeah, talking about movies, what films are you guys looking forward to this year? I was thinking about the new Spider-Man movie, which I've heard has had some pretty awesome reactions to it, but I'm getting a bit sick, to be honest with you, of the Marvel stuff now. I'm kind of looking forward to Star Wars, see how that finishes. And I think I'm looking forward to the new Terminator movie, even though the last ones have been kind of sucky. But I've always been a bit of a Terminator fan deep down, since I used to love the first two movies when I was younger. So it's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me now. There's also It Chapter 2. I did watch the first one, and it was okay. I probably won't be going to the cinema to see the sequel, but I might watch it when it comes onto streaming. Yeah, I watched the first Jeepers Creepers. Thought it was quite entertaining, but I don't think I ever bothered with the sequels. Frozen 2 doesn't really interest me. I was bored during the first one. But it's a kids' film more than anything, I guess, so that's probably why. I just was really bored. Toy Story 4, I'm not really fussed about that either. I did enjoy the first Toy Story movie, and I think I've seen the second one as well. In fact, I know I have. And the third one was good, but it just wasn't my type of thing by that point. Yeah, hi folks, for those just joining, Dan and others. So I got a boost in order to get into the Stormblood content. My plan is to hopefully try and beat it so that we can be ready for the next expansion, which launches in a couple of weeks. But that probably won't be the case. Where the heck am I? Let's teleport over here, shall we? I'm still trying to get used to the controls here. We go to travel. Teleport. Hang on, I can just do it from the map. And then we can go over to the Aethernet if we want to. Okay, Requimis. Yeah, sequels do tend to suffer from time to time. That's one of the things I will give the Toy Story franchise, is that it has remained at a consistently high level, hasn't it? Let's just stay here and we'll run. Must try and get into the habit of mounting now that we have access to it. Oh yeah, thanks for confirming that, Dan. Yeah, early access is just in a week's time, isn't it? Well, I have got it pre-ordered, so I believe we should be able to get that. But I doubt very much I'll be through Stormblood by then. So we could have a go at trying the new class. What was it again? Dark? No, it wasn't Dark Knight. Something else. Yeah, good point, Requiem. So I do enjoy the original Terminator movie. I do think Terminator 2 is better, you're right on that. But I think Terminator 1 was awesome for a low budget B-movie flick. I think the thing was, with a lot of movies back then, the focus was far more on story than it is today in some respects. I mean, like, if you take most of the superhero movies from today, they all feel very generic in terms of their story and characterizations. I mean, most of the Marvel movies are all the same now, which is why I'm not really fussed about seeing the latest Spider-Man movie. I just can't really be bothered with it. I've OD'd on superhero stuff. But back in the day, like with the Terminator movie, the original one, it actually felt quite unique. And I think we've lost that to some degree. Hi, Belinda. Yeah, I've never played Final Fantasy XI, though I've heard good things about it. Gunblade and Dancer. Gotcha, Dan. So does one transform into the other? Or are they actually two separate classes? Or is it more like my Dragoon here, which transformed from the Archer class? Not the Archer class, sorry. The Lancer, I think it was. Archer's my other class that I've got active, which is why I got confused then. How come you started off with Bloodstained, Wes? I've just started levelling up my shards, actually. I'm about to do the second boss in Bloodstained. Well, these quests so far are pretty insane, aren't they? Just follow me around, come and speak to me. Ah, okay, Dan. Are you going to be playing the expansion when it comes out? You sound like you will be. Right, what have we got? Can't wear that. That is actually a downgrade. Can't wear it, and it's a downgrade. Same. Oh, I guess we'll go for the materia. I've never touched materia in this game, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy that materia is coming back in Final Fantasy VII for the remake. I was a little bit concerned a few years back when we found out the game was going to be more action oriented than the original game, that they weren't going to be able to find a place for materia outside of the actual story, where I expected it to be part of the story but not the gameplay. But obviously it is going to be a big part of the gameplay also. Yeah, I boosted the character Vipers so we can try and get through the Stormblood content ready for Shadowbringers, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. One thing I do actually wish is that I'd started playing this game a long time ago, rather than just picking it up more recently, which is what I did do, because I've really been enjoying it the last month or so. Ah, got you, Dan. What are you playing at the moment then in the game, in terms of class? I'm guessing you're level 70 with whatever it is that you main.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the AOR.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rhalgr's Reach. Care belong to but one of many factions. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Oh, well, that's interesting then, Dan.
Much obliged.
What role would you
But
say
that's
you
not the
prefer
whole
to
of
play
it.
as out of tank
As
and
you can
healer and
imagine, the loss
DPS?
of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers.
I generally get the impression you need to be better at the game
Some of our most
than I am
trusted
to
veterans died at the
play
war.
as tank, for
We've
example,
had to
because you
fill
really
their
need to
posts
lead
with the
groups and
young
stuff then, don't you?
inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you, lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Oh, that makes sense, Dan. Less queues
Understood.
then, I guess,
We
for
won't
you.
let you down.
Okay, Roger, I'm still learning the shorthand form, so I'm guessing that's Scholar and Paladin. Which one's old? Well, that's the only experience I've really got with Final Fantasy XIV Quintin, is DPS. Let's see what we've got here. We'll go for the materia again, I suspect. Your Aether Compass may now be used to locate Aether currents in new regions. Okay, I'm not even sure what that means. If you have misplaced your compass, you may obtain another by speaking with Gibriliant at the Forgotten Knight or Galfrid at Rhalgr's Reach. Okay, I'm very confused as to what all that meant, but let's just go with it, shall we? Right, okay. So I'm guessing this is where the quests really start to get into the thick of it now. So we've got 2 to pick up, a friend of a friend in need. Yeah, some of the queues I had to join, Dan, were about 10 to 12 minutes, I think. But that was just doing 5-man levelling content on my archer. I suspect perhaps they're longer, aren't they, as you get to a higher level and stuff. Oh, okay, Roger. I guess we'll pick up both of these. Of course I remember you. Okay, Requimis. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ah, that sounds exciting then, Dan. I did know there was flying mounts in the Stormblood expansion. I didn't know that's how you access them. So that's good to know. Right, so we've got 2 quests accepted. A familiar face forgotten, and a friend of a friend in need. I suspect we can just go to them in order. The closest first. And I can't see any ether currents at the moment. But I'm guessing that'll make more sense as we start to progress here. Well, thanks, Requimis. Thank you very much indeed. Let's speak to Mefrid. Oh, was it Heavenswood, Dan, when you could first access flying, was it? It's a shame it's not been added to the previous zones, isn't it? Something that they did do with World of Warcraft, actually, was eventually they made flying accessible in even the older zones. Okay. So we need to go ahead and exit the area, but first perhaps we should go ahead. No, I think we need to go south for this quest. So we'll stick to one at a time. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, I did skip Heavenswood, Roger, but I think whatever quests you're talking about were probably part of the boost that I took on this character.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity, who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
Hey, Mondo, Johnny. Yeah, it is. You can make these little, not Moogles, but they're kind of Moogle-esque characters. I can't think the name of the race, but I have seen them. Oh, we're back. Oh, it was just a cutscene. We didn't actually go anywhere. Right, let's mount up on our shiny new black chocobo. How does the day and night cycle work in Final Fantasy XIV? Is it story based, or is it based on... It can't be based on real time because it's only 3:21 PM. I'll leave that fate for now. Gonna try and push ahead with the MSQ. I should probably start killing things, otherwise I'm going to forget what my rotation's all about that I've just got used to. But hopefully the quests will point us in the way of enemies sooner rather than later here. So this is Alagana, is it? Ah! I did not know that, Dan. I'm going to have a play about with that once we're out of this cutscene. I was so used to how it worked in World of Warcraft that I was getting confused as to why it was getting dark in the middle of the day. But that makes sense that server time and Eorzean time are indeed different. One thing I've noticed, Roger, is that the rotations in Final Fantasy XIV are multiple times more complex than they are in World of Warcraft, which is what I'm used to. That said, I'm doing... I mean, I wouldn't risk it in a group or anything yet unless I had to. But I think I know what I'm doing. Been practicing about a little bit with these combos and stuff for the Dragoon. And I think I know what... Clicking LT. Oh, right, no, I can just click the time there. Right, okay, cheers, Danny. So 1 in-game hour is about 3 real-life minutes. Ah, okay. So we can have server time, 2:24 PM. Eorzean time. And then local time, 3:24 PM. Ah, I guess we can stick with Eorzean time for a little bit then. Since I can already see real time on my clock. Okay, let's go and grab the Aethernet while we're here. Yeah, is she supposed to be a red mage, is she, Belinda? Because I think that's one of the new classes that were added in this expansion, wasn't it? Okay, Roger. Yeah, I have got an ability that I know of called Jump, which I believe is a situational thing. It's not part of my main rotation. I have got it on my hotbar, but I don't think I'm going to be using it a whole lot while I just get used to the main combos. Have you played the Dragoon yourself then, Roger? Or is that just what you know about the class? One of the things that I've heard, actually, which was after I boosted my character, so I'm a bit annoyed, is that the Dragoon class, which I thought sounded exciting, is actually one of the more complicated classes to master due to the various combos and stuff that you have to set up correctly. Oh, okay, Belinda. Yeah, I know what you mean. B3, welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, it's free to, if not more. So you can get a good sense of if you like the game or not, then it, which gives you a ton of time with the game, to be honest with you. Probably about 15 hours. You can actually switch your character, same character, between the PS4 and PC versions. Although you do have to pay depending on which system you're playing on, if you want to continue past level 20. You can also play it on PS4. Incidentally, yeah, we was talking about her, Danny. She looked like a red mage, you see. Well, that'd be a fun project, B3. Yeah, the computer that I'm using right now is one that I built myself. And I do enjoy building PCs. It is a lot of fun. So it's actually about 4 years old now, but it still plays. The one I'm using at the moment, pretty much on the max settings. Even higher than 1080p as well. Right, let's set this as a home point, shall we? I've not really played it on PS4 B3. Mainly because the thought of trying to play this game with all of these commands and stuff with a controller is quite a frightening thought. But that's good to know, Roger. But I do know it's available on PS4. Ah, okay, Danny. Yeah, we'll just go for the materia once more. This is really interesting. The fact that I've gained about, what, a third of a level? Haven't had to kill a single thing yet. Probably about, I mean, it was a while ago when I did it. I think about £1,300 B3. I'd say about the equivalent of $1,800 US dollars. I got some really awesome components back in 2015, which is why even today it still handles everything you throw at it without issue. Ah, okay, Mike. I have got a jump over here. Like I said, I haven't really been using this at the moment. But yeah, I do suspect I will be. At some point. Need to speak to so many people. Yeah, about that, B3, about $1,800. Obviously, you can do a build for a lot less than that. But, like I said, it's lasted me 4 years. And even now, I don't have to put the graphics settings down on most new games. But the thing is as well, especially for me as a YouTuber, I need a bit of extra oomph, because when you're recording, such as what I'm doing at the moment, you're basically requiring double the system resources because everything has to get rendered twice. Once to put onto the screen and once to record to the hard drive. Or to YouTube or wherever. Okay, so we need to slay a Chipuli for its horn. Right, we actually get to test our rotation out here then. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. So far so good. We need to try and flank these enemies if we can though. And now we're going into combo 2, which is my second hot bars combo. That'll keep our buff going, which is this blue bar up here. And now we can continue on. Oh, he's dead. Well, that seemed to work out pretty darn well. Okay, so this is jump. Really run out of abilities to cast as part of my combos, which is why I never bothered with jump. It's not on the global cooldown, is that right? The thing is, as you saw there, but it is there if I need to use it. Or Jerebanian. Right, so we're heading over to this orange circle in order to slay a Jaya Abanian, a Jaya. Ah, there's one. Ah, okay, Danny, that's good to know. Right, let's come off Chocobo, fella. Yeah, I'll have a look after then, how best to weave it in after the stream. I don't want to mess about with things now. Man, I don't want to run out of this blue bar thing. But there, look. Yeah, I got it in. Because it's not on global cooldown, it's a great thing to cast, isn't it, when you're waiting for other spells. Well, that worked out well. Okay, I don't think I've got Spine Shatter yet. I'm not sure it's one that I've actually got access to until later, perhaps. Right. Yeah, see you later, Roger. Thanks for stopping by today, dude. Country. Let's go and hand this quest in, shall we? Get our XP. Dragonfire Dive is good for AoE. Yeah, I don't think I've got that on my hotbar at the moment. I will probably sort out my rotation again at some point. Where am I going? Right now I'm trying to keep things basic because I've only boosted this character. I'd get confused very easily if I tried out too much. But I've got jump here. And I've got my first 2 combos set up. But before I go into groups and whatnot, I'll look at adding extra things down there as well. Extra abilities and stuff down onto the hotbars. So, Dragonfire Dive. I'll keep an eye out for that one. Okay. Oh, that's a good point, Danny. Yeah, a lot of the abilities for this Dragoon character are boosted by flanks. I'm guessing that's the same for most jobs though, isn't it? But I have noticed they have extra potency, a lot of these spells do. Okay, so it looks like that little quest line is completed. Going to be heading down to Death by 1,000 Rocks. I need to go and sort out, I think. Right, so next up we're going to be heading down to Death by 1,000 Rocks. I guess we'll just stay where we are and just run there. Yeah, I'm leaving the side quests for potentially any extra jobs that we decide to level up later on. Oh, okay, Danny. Yeah, I'm all lost. What's your favourite group? That's for sure. Not yet, anyway. Not until I've got used to the game mechanics and the layouts of the dungeons and stuff. What class would you say, Mike? Out of any of the ones that you've played, I'm not sure which ones they are, but... I chose Dragoon because it sounds awesome, but then a lot of people I've read on forums and that also said it's one of the more complicated classes, so I probably chose the first one, sorry, the worst one for a newbie player to choose. But so far, seems to be getting on okay. Hey, we discovered a new location. You get a lot of experience for discovering new locations in this game, don't you? Guess it actually makes exploring worthwhile. A little bit elitist. Oh, that's good, Danny. Yeah, sometimes in WoW, players... Come on, don't lose my timer. Oh, it doesn't matter, it's dead. Oops, hit the wrong button then. Oh, but that's encouraging then, Danny. Yeah, sometimes you can get some really annoying a-holes in WoW. I'm guessing you get them in Final Fantasy XIV as well, but like you said, hopefully not as often. Alright folks, I need to take a break now. I've had a text message, I need to go and get some work done, unfortunately. Yeah, Red Mage is one I've been thinking of checking out actually, Mike. I haven't been able to recently. I think because you had to get to Stormblood first, which I have just done now, so maybe it will become available. If I go to classes and jobs, I can see it in the list. But I don't think the quest was available to go and select, but it might very well be now, so I have to check that out. But yeah, I need to take a break now, I'm afraid, guys. So we'll continue on with the quests from the next stream here. As we continue ploughing through Stormblood, and we're almost halfway through the first level. So not too shabby there at all. Okay, Mike. Well, hopefully, as time goes on, I'll get to know a lot of the classes, but I do expect that will take quite a bit of time, as you can see. My current experience is a level 27 Archer, which I've done on my own, and a level 60 Dragoon, which has been boosted. So, this is my only character, still got a ways to go. I haven't even touched the crafting classes. And appreciate the help and tips as well that you folks have shared in chat. They're always useful. Yeah, thanks ever so much, guys, for those that stop by. Are helpful, so thank you very much. Yeah, see you later, Belinda. Thanks for stopping by today. Have a pleasant day. And that goes to everybody else, of course, as well. But I'm going to crack on with some work. Real life work, unfortunately. I guess we have to prioritise it from time to time. And I'll catch you all next time. I'd also like to do a bit of a stream, not a stream, sorry, an upload for Bloodstained, since I've started playing that recently and I'm having some fun with it. Hey, thanks for subscribing on YouTube, Danny, much appreciated. Ah, got you, Mike. Yeah, hopefully the quest will be available now. Yeah, alright folks, have a good one. Come back and join us next time if you can. Don't forget to check out the Discord server as well, if you want to chat when I'm not online. There's the link for it, you're welcome to use that. Hey, thanks Danny, much appreciated. Right, end of the stream now guys, so I'll see you all later. Take care, goodbye.